Hi, I'm Cindy Bertram, and thanks for joining me today on Good Ship Happens. And yes, we've got a lot of really fun things going on in the cruise industry, of course. New ships coming out. Um, and as mentioned previously, too, is there's another cruise line that actually started, Victory Cruise Lines, and I was on the christening cruise of Victory One. And what they're doing is they've got two small ships, they're beautiful, and they do the five Great Lakes cruises as a Victory One, and they what they do is they provide a free night hotel first for their guests. So you fly in the day before, they have a hotel for you, and then you board the ship the next day. Their ships are small capacity, carry about 200 guests, which is great. They've got beautiful dining room. They've got their, on the ship I was on, Victory One, Compass Lounge, where they had things to do during the day, plus big window walls, beautiful. At night they had a band that played two other things too. They got their tavern, which is a really beautiful bar. Also they've got their grill. But really, really pretty ship and a great way to see the Great Lakes because I've not done that before. So anyway, we sailed out actually on April 27th, but I flew in on April 26th. And then they christened the ship the next day. It was great because John Wagner and his wife, their daughter, christened the ship. She's a godmother. We sailed out through the five Great Lakes. I had a chance to go to Niagara Falls, which is great. Not been there before. Beautiful places. Mackinac Island, which I've not really been to before, but on Mackinac Island, what they do is people have to take the bridge over there, but actually when you get to Mackinac Island, they don't allow any motor vehicles, period, none. Yes, they don't allow that, but they have these beautiful horse carriage rides, which is great. I did that. Beautiful. I mean, beautiful place to see, and the horses are huge, but the horse carriage rides were great too, and also people use bicycles like crazy. They had bikes you could rent too, but just beautiful experience. Not really been there before too, but beautiful place to go to too. Um, Including the Ford Museum, which is great too, but just very, very nice to see there too. Just great too. So, yes, but anyway, then the ship, I was on the Victory One, actually docked then on May 6th at Navy Pier. What's great too is I had seen one of their previous ships when they were under a different cruise line, and what they did was where their ships are docked at Navy Pier is a separate area, really pretty beautiful. You got green right there too. You walk right off the ship. It was great. So anyway, and then of course after that, I think on May 12th is when they also launched their second Victory Cruise Line ship, the Victory 2. She was christened at Navy Pier in Chicago first on May 12th, and did the five Great Lakes cruises too. So great way to really kind of see different areas which I've not been for before, and the lakes are really pretty too. So keep in mind too. Okay. Something else that is really exciting too, of course, we have new ships coming out. I could talk about that for hours and hours and hours. I won't, but one that is coming out later on this year, Star of the Seas, that's Royal Caribbean ship, but also what's fun too is with Celebrity Cruises, they've got their Celebrity XL coming out, and that's coming out actually this fall, November 18th, and our capacity is just 2,918 guests, and it's their final Edge class ship too, which is great. I am hoping I get a chance to see the ship because some does some great things with their ships too. And once again, they've got really innovative design. They've added different things too, which is great too. So, yes, that's really fun too. But also, one thing that Celebrity mentioned was they are actually starting river cruises. Yes, Celebrity River Cruises, which they announced earlier, I think beginning of the year. Really exciting because once again, river cruising is a great way to see rivers over in Europe, other areas too, but river cruising has really taken off like crazy in a very, very positive way. And what they're doing is Celebrity Cruises decided to get into river cruising. And they just announced some great details, which I want to share today. They've got their, they share more. Their season's going to start actually in 2027, so they've got about a year and a half to go. But anyway, it's called Celebrity River Cruises. They're going to cruise on the Rhine and the Danube rivers over in Europe, their first season. And what they want to do too is they announced earlier this year that they actually want to expand by actually, they're ordering 10 ships. Yes. But I think that's really kind of fun. Don't you think that's fun too? But just another way to really, really, I think, see Europe in a beautiful way too. And like I said, the design of their ships have been inspired by their Edge-class ships, and they're going to have all-inclusive model with their ships too, and they'll have alcoholic drinks, Wi-Fi, of course, one excursion per port, which is going to be included, which is great too. And like I said, they're going to reveal more itinerary details more later on this summer, which is great too. But as mentioned, going back to the Rhine and the Danube rivers, those are actually the most popular waterways by river cruises too. And the Rhine alone carries almost a quarter of river cruise passengers each year, making it very, very the most popular, followed by the Danube. And this is actually research was done by the Cleveland Research Company too, so keep that in mind too. And then also, because once again, with Celebrity Cruises are owned by the Royal Caribbean Group, and Jason Liberty, who's the CEO of Royal Caribbean Group, mentioned we're taking this extremely seriously, and we want to make sure we can live up to delivering the best vacation experiences in the world, and make sure we're doing it in a responsible way too, which is great too. So once again, he also announced that that about half of Royal Caribbean's group guests have actually experienced or intend to take a river cruise. So it makes sense, doesn't it? Because once again, river cruising is a great way to see Europe, because sometimes with other cruise lines they can't get into certain ports in Europe because their ships are too big. But in this case, it really gives an avenue, because once again, you've got different river cruise lines out there too, which are great. They offer great experiences, but keep this in mind too, because I think it's really exciting that Celebrity Cruises is actually launching their river cruises in 2027. So keep that in mind. Wants to hear more updates, I'll share that with you on my show, which is great. Okay. Something else that came up too as far as Celebrity, besides the fact they got the new show coming out this November, I hope I get a chance to see it. I love Celebrity, they're great. But also what they're doing is they're going to be spending $250 million to upgrade their Solstice class ships. And this includes modernization, new entertainment, of course, for the guests to enjoy on board, also dining venues, and stateroom upgrades also. The Lawn Club, which is a beautiful area, it's beautiful. I mean, it's grass. On the top deck, it's going to give way to Sunset Park. And Sunset Park will offer elevated cuisine, refreshing cocktails, lawn games, open-air concerts, and more, which is great. And one thing I love, of course, about taking cruises is with entertainment, but also having outdoor open-air concerts. That is just phenomenal. It just really excites me even thinking about this right now, too. So that's great, too. And as mentioned, the Celebrity Solstice is going to be the first ship, and there are 5 Celebrity Solstice class ships are going to be upgraded too, and it should be completed actually by this March next year, so that's great too. And a bit more about that too. Of course, they've got I know they're going to have they're going to get a new Boulevard Lounge, which is going to host activities like trivia, candlelit concerts, and also dueling pianos, which is fun. And it's going to be next to the new Boulevard Bar. Also, they're going to introduce a new sports bar called Celebrity Barcade. Also, the 2 new restaurants will include their Fine Cut Steakhouse, and which is always found on their Edge-class ships, but also their Trattoria Rosa. And also, as far as the Trattoria Rosa, hope I pronounced that correctly, it's an Italian hideaway that blends opulence with modern design to experience a restaurant that really bursts with charm from every corner. And it's going to be table preparation for some of the dishes, including pasta made in-house, which is great. As far as accommodations, they also mentioned that they're going to, every stateroom on board the ship is going to be upgraded. They're going to have 4 new stateroom categories introduced. They've got their panoramic infinite veranda suites. They got their deluxe panoramic ocean view suites, the panoramic ocean view suites, and then their deluxe panoramic ocean views. Also, the Aqua class staterooms will get massaging shower heads, yoga mats, and also new robes and slippers to enhance that spa-like feel too. And once again, The renovated ships will have retreat suites and also exclusive retreat deck, sun deck, and that's a feature that's actually on their Celebrity Edge ships too. So once again, as far as the Celebrity Solstice class ships, those include 5 ships. They're going to be updating right now. And those include the Celebrity Solstice, which can be done first. Also, they've got their Celebrity Equinox, the Celebrity Eclipse, the Celebrity Silhouette, and the Celebrity Reflection. And these ships are actually built between 2008 through 2012. Once again, it's kind of fun that they're going to be doing upgrades on these 5 ships. And they're going to be spending $250 million, which is great too. So keep it in mind, because Celebrity does a great job with their ships and do beautiful things on board as far as entertainment and just beautiful areas too. So yes, keep it in mind too. So yes. And then, as mentioned, of course, a new ship comes out, of course, this year. That's the Celebrity Excel, as mentioned, coming out this November, and should be sailing as the final ship in their Celebrity Edge class ships too. And I'm trying to think where she's sailing out of. I'll have to check that out for you too sometime. But that's really good too. As far as other ships coming out this year, I mentioned this before. We've got coming up this September. Actually, you've got Virgin Voyages, their new Brilliant Ladies, coming out actually this September, and she's their 4th ship. And once again, it just goes back to the fact that they have adults only on board the ships. You have to be 18 years or older to be on their ships too. But the Brilliant Ladies coming out this September. And as mentioned, another one coming out this year is the Disney Destiny. Okay, she's coming out November 20th this year. Her capacity is going to be 4,000 guests. And also, it's their 3rd ship in their Disney's Triton class ships, which features experiences around the Marvel superheroes, including unique dining and entertainment options too. And also, with their Disney Adventure, that's coming out December this year, okay? And their Disney Adventure is coming out on December 27th this year. It has a capacity of 6,000 guests, but also it was actually part of the Global Class Disney Adventure, was actually acquired and reimagined by Disney Cruise Line, okay, and has different family-friendly things that they're doing too, plus I know something else came up with Disney too, and let me find it too, it's brand new, came out today too. You know, we talk about the expansion with cruise lines as far as their ports really sail from, of course, because once again, Port Miami years ago was actually where the cruise industry really started, years ago, okay? And then, of course, the cruise industry, they added more ships, and they actually expanded by offering ships sailing out of Port Everglades and Fort Lauderdale. And of course, another one that actually launched back in the 1990s was actually sailing out of Port Canaveral, which is about an hour away from Orlando. It's a beautiful port, which I love. And of course, now they've expanded different areas too, because one area they're going to is they're departing us from Galveston. And Disney just made an announcement today, which is great too. They are going to be going year-round in Galveston in 2027. They're expanding their full-time in Galveston in 2027, and it's going to be I know it's going to be a bigger new ship. Disney hasn't really mentioned the ship itself yet, but like I said, the Disney Adventure is scheduled to enter service in Singapore late 2025. For the last five years as part of the collaboration they have with somebody else. Once again, though, too, is, like I said, I know Disney has been seasonally departing from Galveston since 2012. But once again, they've got different ships, and they are just made an announcement they are going to be going year-round from Galveston, Texas in 2027. So that's really, I think, kind of fun, exciting news, isn't it? Yes. And once again, too, is, you know, we talk about private islands, and one that I shared more about in my previous episode was actually when the first private island was actually Norwegian Cruise Line years and years ago. I was there, loved it, and they've expanded it. Now what they're doing is, with Norwegian Cruise Line's private outline, Great Stirrup Cay, they're actually adding a pier for their ships to dock at. It should accommodate 2 different ships, which is great too, because normally the ship would you'd have to be tendered off the ship into the smaller boats into the private island, but they're changing that too, which is great. But also, one thing too is Celebration Cay is one that Carnival Cruise Lines is opening up in July this year. I've written about it. That's a new island they're finishing up here, which is great. But also, Royal Caribbean is actually doing a new private island. It's going to be called Perfect Day Mexico, okay? And once again, it's their part of their destination lineup too, which is great too. And once again, it's really great because once again too is they have different areas, of course. They've got Perfect Day Coco Cay, which is in the Caribbean, Bermuda, Bahamas, I'm sorry. But also with their Perfect Day in Mexico and more, I know that it's going to span more than 200 acres, yes. And it's going to be opening up, making its debut in fall 2027, okay, because it takes some time to actually build those islands, update them, different things too. But also, they're going to have 7 different neighborhoods. That's different areas, of course, neighborhoods, of course, on the island itself. And something else is, they listed a couple. They've got Loco Water Park, okay, and once again, they're going to have more than 30 adrenaline pumping water slides across the 5 slide towers, okay, including the tallest water slide tower in North and South America, okay. When I get pictures, I'll show you that to you too. They're still building it right now too. That's kind of fun, isn't it, though? Also, we've got their Splash Cove. It's a central neighborhood for guests of all ages to go to, and will introduce actually the longest lazy river in the world, okay, and they said it's with a crazy slide, okay. Also, it's the hour-long float. There's multiple entries placed to get on and off, which is great too. Also, they've got their El Hideaways. This is their adults-only area, okay, and what they do is all day pass holders 18 years old can actually party all day long at this zero entry pool, which is great. A swim up bar, and also a in-pool DJ. And once again, it's called El Hideaway, but that's for people 18 years and older, adults, okay? And the music, Toes in the Sand bars, which is great. Cabanas. Also, they've got, let's see here. What else? Oh, they got their ultimate party cabana for 20 guests, which is great too. Another area is called the Costa Beach Club, okay, and that's people looking to upgrade maybe their beach day can go there. Also, they got their Chill Beach North and South, so guests who want to just kick back and enjoy the natural beauty, like some beaches at Chill Beach, which spans north and south from the pier, and they can enjoy just, with day with the Perfect Day at Mexico too. They got Fiesta Plaza, and this is it's got a rival area that transport guests right to the heart of Mexico with 5 music playing, which is great too. And they've got, I said, as mentioned, it's going to be opening up in 2027, and Perfect Day Mexico is going to be one stop on Royal Caribbean's Western Caribbean sailings, which include, of course, sailing from Galveston, New Orleans, and also Florida home ports. And their itineraries, of course, feature Perfect Day Mexico, and also be able to book this fall, so keep in mind too. Also, like I said, they're working with the Royal Caribbean's working with their long-standing partnership with the local government and community officers to develop this really sustainable destination too. And as far as Another one we've got too is they've got another private outline they're opening too called Royal Beach Club Paradise Island. It's set to debut actually this October, okay? It's the first Royal Beach Club in the Bahamas. It'll continue to have the beautiful beaches in the Bahamas, Paradise Island, with Royal Caribbean's own experiences too. And also they've got the Royal Beach Club Cozumel, and this is going to be opening up, I think, let's see. It's going to open up early 2027 too. So once again, it's really great that you can actually, see beautiful places too in the Caribbean, of course. But also, what's great too is if you really want to just relax on the beach, enjoy music, enjoy different things to do too. It's a beautiful place to relax, and that's why I think looking into maybe a cruise line that actually has a private outline is great. It's just a great experience too. Relax and just chill out, and once again, great ways to explore different entertainment, different areas too. So that's really beautiful, and the beaches are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, yes. Point is, when you get on their private outlines, you really don't want to leave. Okay, seriously. When I was at MSC Ocean Cays, the Ocean Cay Embassy Marine Resort was beautiful, and the views were fantastic. And just great experiences for people to enjoy too. As far as let's see, other ships coming out. Oh, here's one. Yes, Four Seasons. Okay, when we think about Four Seasons, we think of Four Seasons hotels, right? Well, guess what? Four Seasons have been working on this for a while, but they got the Four Seasons 1. Their first ship is going to be coming out. Their Four Seasons Yachts is going to be coming out this January of 2026. And they actually provided more information about this too. It's going to debut in 2026 in January. Four Seasons Yachts. And their first one, Four Seasons 1, will have a passenger capacity of 180 guests. Also, as far as the ship itself, it's has 14 decks, and it really draws information for Four Seasons hotels. Also, it is more of a, they're going to be offering like a yacht experience too, because it includes floor-to-ceiling walls, terrace decks, plunge pools. Also staying out is going to be their final suite, which is called the Villa on the Sea. And as far as that's concerned, they also did select a really fantastic captain for the Four Seasons 1. And their captain is going to be actually Captain Kate McHugh. And she's just an amazing person. She actually was the first owner and captain of a cruise line ship in 2015 with Celebrity Cruises. Very big on social media, great person, and then she left. But what happened was, I think one of the reasons she left too is she'd been with the Celebrity Cruises for 10 years, had her cat on board the ship with her, Bug. Big on social media, but I think what happened was, I think Bug had some issues, came up accidentally, unexpectedly, and he passed away, so she wanted to take some time off. But she got hired to be the captain of Four Seasons Yachts, their first yacht coming out in January 2026, this next year. And I actually saw her briefly at Seatrade Cruise Global Conference, said hello, and she's going to meet her team, which is really great too, as far as what they're doing too. So as far as what people are going to be experiencing on Four Season 1, which is coming out in January, they're going to, it's the first in the Four Seasons Yachts collection, okay? And what they're doing is they've got some really amazing marina experiences and seaside programming too. They've got this innovative transverse marina, which opens across both sides of the yacht, will place guests directly at sea level for direct access to the water's edge. And it looks beautiful, okay? The transverse marina introduces a revolutionary concept in maritime architecture. It's going to feature 2 retractable platforms, one on port side and one on starboard side, along with a spacious interior bar and a lounge area. And then the marina spans the yacht which measures 676 feet, square meters, of total space, which is dedicated to Marina Days. It's going to offer different options as far as water sports, wellness, activities, relaxation, which is great, of course. Who doesn't like to relax on the ocean and be right there, which is great. Dining and more. Offers also great experiences that really bring the spirit of the yachting adventure too. And they mention more about programming. It's going to take place on dedicated marina days through most of the itineraries, and it's going to highlight picturesque locations from Meru Island and Soufriere Bay in the Caribbean to the Gulf of the, I think it's Squillace, and Monte Argentario in the Mediterranean. And these days really priorities include spots that allow for exploration of really peaceful and remote waters too. Also, departing from the traditional off-position design, this innovative transverse marina provides really beautiful, accessible sea access, versatility, improved stability. As mentioned, the space spans two decks, accommodates up to 105 guests across its combined interior and exterior decks, outdoor spaces, which includes a lounge, a bar, expandable deck with a sea pool and lounge chairs. Also, there's an extra 351 square meters with direct access to the water, an extendable water sports deck, which offers ample opportunities to really continue exploration and discovery at sea. And like I said, it's really kind of interesting what they're doing too, because it's going to be a very, very unique kind of experience to keep in mind too. Also, designated marina days, the yacht is sailing most of the Mediterranean and Caribbean voyages. The Four Seasons 1 marina will transform into an aquatic playground, offering guests unique perspective from the sea level. As dawn breaks, early rise can actually invigorate their senses with on-deck yoga, followed by post-workout smoothies and guided meditation sessions. As the day unfolds too, the marina actually involves a vibrant social club where guests can actually enjoy a selection of expertly crafted beverages. They can be sipped while taking in panoramic views of the different coves and ports. Also, for fitness enthusiasts, they can engage in water-based exercises and the electric hydrofoils and water bikes. And for those preferring a more leisurely pace, can actually opt for maybe traditional kayaks or inflatable waterboards. Also, the scenic coastal exploration is made possible with pedal boards, allowing guests to really navigate picturesque shorelines at their own pace. And guests can actually enjoy water close to home, so to speak. And I really appreciate the perspective sea ocean view, but dipping into the sea water, dipping into the ocean, or dipping in the pool, which is located within the yacht's floating platform too. So once again, it's a great way to really experience unique destinations, beautiful days, while also enjoying the adventures on kayaks, paddleboards, and super yacht water toys that let them slide effortlessly across the water. And like I said, the Four Seasons Yachts Grand Touring Experience offers a sophisticated way to really explore the oceans, the world's most beautiful coastlines. And they've got two experiences that transport guests while at anchor and also in select ports. They've got their limo tender and their beach lander. The limo tender experience is a customized full-service adventure available on most voyages aboard a custom 10-meter, 32-foot actually vessel. And that experience offers a refined and custom way to really experience destinations complete with personalized service, private captain, okay? And while looking for a private group outing or maybe a romantic escape for two, they've got their limo tender, which promises a real experience on the water. And then meanwhile, too, the beach lander experience offers a high-speed, adventure-ready excursion on board a 32-foot, they call it ribeye vessel, and guests can actually access different exclusive beach club areas, remote coves, vibrant reefs, and snorkeling, also some scenic coastal dining too. So once again, right now. Their inaugural voyages are set to launch this year and in 2026. As mentioned, look it up because Four Seasons Yachts with their first um, yacht one coming out, Four Seasons 1 coming out in January 2026. Looks like amazing experiences. Plus, what's really fun too is it was going to be captain of the ship is actually Captain Kate McHugh, and she's an amazing person, so energetic and just wonderful. So it's really exciting to share this support too, because once again, there are so many options out there as far as what you would do as far as cruising. People say, what's the best cruise? But the point is, it goes back to what you want to see, who you want to see it with, where you want to go, okay? And the experiences, because yes, we've got big ships, but we've got smaller ships. You've got yacht type ships, which is what Four Seasons Yacht is doing. But also, river cruising is beautiful experiences too. And also, you have choices as far as sailing from the U.S., of course, with Port Miami, Port Everglades, Port Canaveral. Of course, now we've got Galveston, which is going like crazy. Other areas too. Plus New York, of course. Right now, we're going into a season which is actually going to Bermuda from New York. And you've got Great Lakes cruises too. As far as river cruising, one thing I want to mention too, real quick about it, is actually there's no slowing down. Okay. 2025 has been a really great season for river cruising, and once again, they have different cruise lines that do that. Viking, which really dominates the river cruising industry and the market, has they have nearly a 25% jump over last year. But also, once again, another one's well known too is Viking has they've actually got about 80 river cruise ships. Okay, so they're off to a great start this year. But also another one is Tauck, and they also offer great opportunities too for river cruising too. Another one, of course, is Avalon Waterways. Okay, and Avalon Waterways almost Amadeus River Cruises. And once again, too, it's just great because once again, when it comes to river cruising, it's a great way to really see the rivers. If you want to see Europe, it's a great way to really experience the rivers, river cruising in Europe, because their ships are small. They can actually dock at different areas too. Where if you wanted to try and maybe see Europe with a bigger cruise ship, they usually can't dock at different places. So it's river cruising offers different opportunities, of course, in the European area too. Plus, of course, too, is what we're seeing too is you've got different cruise lines offer cruises on the Nile River, of course. Motorways is one. It's great too. Another one is actually Riviera, and what they're doing is Riviera Cruises. They have expanded so the Riviera Trail, which is great too, and they offer travel with river cruising too. And of course, with waterways, like I said, they're booking right now is at all-time high too. So once again, keep in mind with river cruising, you can actually have the ship as your floating hotel. The ship actually goes and docks at those different cities, but then you come back and stay on the ship, which is your floating hotel. Plus, it's a great way to really experience different areas of Europe that might be easier too. And once again, too, is if you want to travel rivers outside Europe, of course, one example, of course, is waterways. But once again, they do waterways says the Nile in Egypt. They do the Mekong in Vietnam, and most recently, they just started this about a month ago. They're offering waterways offering their river ship cruises on the Magdalena River in Colombia, and they just launched this, which is great too, and they're expanding it. Got a second ship that does that too. But also keep in mind too, because once again, river cruising, there are smaller ships, but the ship is your floating hotel, and it's a great way to see and experience Europe. Because once again, they actually can stay longer too. Plus, you get a chance to really experience Europe in a great way too, which I think is wonderful too. But beautiful experiences. Once again, too, is we think about river cruising, and once again, it's a good thing. Think about doing it too. I definitely want to do it sometime too. I haven't done it yet, but I want to do it because it's a great way to really experience Europe, see different beautiful things too. So once again, river cruising is not slowing down, and in 2026, it's got more ships going out there too, plus new ships being built too. So keep that in mind too, because it's once again, I think, just a great way to really experience cruising in different ways, of course. And once again, too, some other ships coming out too. Mentioned these before too, but we've already had the Nuja Aqua actually did debut earlier this year, March, April. Of course, the SeaWorld America was christened on April 9th. I was there. They do Miramar christen the ship. She's a godmother. It was a great experience too. Also, we've got let's see here. I know that the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection is actually debuting another ship too, and July 3rd, and it's going to be called the Luminera, and passenger capacity with their ship is going to be 452 guests, and she's going to launch in this year in July. Also, she's a new addition to their Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection, offering leisure cruising with their boutique hotel sophistication too. And with their Luminera, she features 149 all-suite accommodations with private terraces, elevated dining experiences, also curated itineraries to different destinations too. Another one coming up soon in a couple, going to be actually in July, is actually the Allura. And Allura is Oceania Cruises' new ship. Is coming out, of course, July 18th this year, and she'll handle 1,200 guests. Passenger capacity is going to be 67,000 gross registered tons, 1,200 guests, and it's their second Allura class ship for Oceania Cruises, which includes upgraded accommodations, gourmet dining experiences, and their itinerary is going to be focusing on the Mediterranean. So keep in mind too, another one too, it's really fun too. And of course we got Princess Cruises. Their Star Princess is going to be coming out in October, and it's their second Sphere class ship. Once again, cruise lines have different categories, okay? But their Sphere class ship, the Star Princess, offers modern elements and designs and enhances the cruising experience. And passenger capacity of the Star Princess is going to be 4,320 guests. She will actually be debuting October 4th of this year. As mentioned, we've also got the Star XL debuting this November. And she will accommodate 2,918 guests, which is great too. And then another one I was sharing about too is actually, we've got another cruise line ship coming out with, Starseeker, yes. That's Windstar Cruises, by the way. And with Windstar Cruises, they start with more of the yacht type field too, but where you too is, they've got their Starseeker coming out in December 28th this year. She's expanding their fleet with their 224 passenger Starseeker, which launching late this year, and this marks a significant growth for the cruise line itself too, which currently offers. They actually have 6 ships. So right now they've got their Star Breeze, Star Legend, Star Pride. Also they've got their Star Seeker, and other ships too. Once again, the Star Seeker is going to be being launched in December 28th this year by Windstar Cruises, and it, like I said, it's going to accommodate 224 guests too. Once again, it's great what they're doing too, and also Windstar Cruises actually has been they've expanded. I think now they've got some itineraries actually go through Tahiti. So keep in mind too, that just kind of came up recently, of course. And then another one I share more about too is actually with Royal Caribbean. They've got their new ship coming out this year too, okay. And their ship is actually John Seas, and she's going to actually come out on this year, August 31st, and she is actually their second Icon class ship, and she is going to have some cutting edge amenities too. We've got extensive water attractions, entertainment options on board too, and once again, she debuts on August 31st, 2025. also, what's really fun too is she's a sister ship to Icon of the Seas. And Icon of the Seas is actually the biggest cruise ship ever built, okay? She came out last year. But also what was fun too is with Icon of the Seas, they decided to have a special officer on board the ship. Yes, the officer was Rover. Yes, that is her chief dog officer. Her name is Rover, and she's a golden retriever, but she's their chief dog officer on board Icon of Seas. But also what they did too is they actually are having a new chief dog officer on Star of the Seas, okay? And her name is Sailor. They already adopted. She's really cute. I was trying to find videos of her, but right now I can't find a video. I'll try to find one later on too. But once again, Star of the Seas is going to have another chief dog officer. And what's fun too is Rover and Sailor finally got a chance to meet. Yes. Michael Bailey, the president of Royal Caribbean, did a video and showed the two chief dog officers meeting. Once again, Rover is golden retriever adult, okay, and Sailor is a once but she's so cute. And they did a video of the two of them getting a chance to finally meet. So how fun to have one chief dog officer, Rover, meet a new chief dog officer, her sister, so to speak, Sailor. Okay, and she's cute, a baby golden retriever too, but when I get a chance, I'll try and find a video of that to share too. Because once again, too, is they got new entertainment aboard the ship too, which is great too. I'll share something in a minute. Because once again, with cruise lines, they have different entertainment on board. It kind of depends on what you want to see, but they have different things they're doing too. And we'll share a video about one they actually having on the new Star of the Seas ship, Royal Caribbean. I think you'll recognize who this is too, because once again, they have different options as far as entertainment aboard the ship. They've got beautiful areas to see. Of course, they go to they're one of their private outlines, of course, too. And once again, how fun to actually be sailing on a ship that has actually a chief dog officer. And once again, Sailor, as the chief dog officer, is going to be actually joining the bridge, not all the time, on Star of the Seas, okay? And once again, too, is with Rover, has been the chief dog officer now for Royal Caribbean on Icon Seas since last January 2025, when their ship debuted. She looks gorgeous, and she's there to create love and happiness for people too. Because once again, they're there to kind of really create love and happiness for people too. And also, what's great too is also for their staff members too, because they work so hard. It's a great way to actually for them to, see a special dog officer. And if you think about it, what a great job for a dog, right? Be a chief dog officer? Oh my gosh. And later on, probably in a future episode, I'm going to do a search again too to find a picture of Rover and Sailor. They finally got a chance to meet. It was really funny because they just showed a video of that earlier this week. Michael Bailey actually was there. He's the president of Royal Caribbean, which is great too. But have two chief dog officers meeting, and of course Rover's been with Royal Caribbean now as their chief dog officer for over a year and a half now. And Sailor will be coming on board Star of the Seas in this August when the Star of the Seas comes out. Yes. And entertainment, of course, on cruise ships is great too. And once again, some cruise lines still have Broadway productions, some don't, but there are so many options out there too as far as their entertainment. I mean, you can't get bored anytime on a cruise ship. Believe me, you can't. And one thing that Royal Caribbean announced was with Star of the Seas, they're doing a new production. And I found a really cool video of that too. But like I said, productions on cruise ships, it gives you a chance to really kind of enjoy, relax. Also, what's great too is with the productions on board cruise ships, they don't charge you anything. Now think what it cost you if you went to see a production in a theater, okay? It's not necessarily cheap, so to speak. Great experiences, once again, too, is entertainment on board cruise ships is amazing. Even when I was on board the Victory One, they had a band that played in the evening, but also the one person who sang, and she also played too. She actually was a cruise director, but amazing person, great energy. 3 people, amazing music. I mean, you just didn't want to stop. Okay. Also, like I said, sometimes they're doing entertainment in their tavern, which is their bar in the back. Once again, too, is other cruise lines. You have a lot of different choices as far as entertainment. Some still do some takeoffs of Broadway musicals. Was on the MSC World America. They did a special entertainment production too, which is great too. Okay, it was really wonderful too. So, but let's take a look at this now. I think you'll enjoy it. And it's about Back to the Future, okay?
I'm very excited to have this iconic musical.
Everybody knows the movie and knows these characters so well.
It really is such a gem of a show to work on.
We are creating Back to the Future on board Star of the Seas.
Mama, Papa, was your suitcase packed but not mine? How could you leave us kids behind? Parents are going on a cruise without us kids, and we know whose fault this is. Virgin Voyages says we can't cruise till we're 18, which makes us shake like we had caffeine. Virgin Voyages says no kids on the ocean, so we're causing a commotion. You'll be sipping cocktails under a starlit night while we're back home without an invite. Sure, you've earned a gourmet spread, but we're experiencing existential dread.
Adults, enjoy the cruise. We know you deserve it, but the fact we can't go is total bull.
I'm Dr. Sylvia Earle, a marine biologist, oceanographer, explorer, and I'm passionate about the protection of this blue planet. I grew up next to the ocean in the Gulf of Mexico, and I've witnessed how much the ocean has changed and how marine life has been endangered. But I know there is still time to help the ocean, which is why I was drawn to the Aponte family's sustainability mission. Explorer Journeys has a genuine ambition to connect people with the wonders of the sea, its marine life, its communities, spiritually, physically, and intellectually. We share the same values and have the same objectives to deepen people's relationship with the ocean, to explore, protect, and restore. Explorer Journeys calls it the ocean state of mind, a sensibility that will ensure the protection of this precious blue planet. Through my foundation, Mission Blue, we're working on ocean conservation, inspiring hope with champions across the world. Beginning with my extraordinary role as godmother to Explorer One, we will be heralding a meaningful collaboration between myself, Mission Blue, and Explorer Journeys and the MSC Foundation towards preserving and restoring the world's oceans, the blue heart of the planet.